All right, this more than anything is going to be a breakdown of a potential draft candidate for the Chargers. And we are now in the second week of free agency, honestly, in the middle of the second week. And so we start looking a little bit toward the draft on players that they could possibly get. And there's one that I absolutely love. He's right here in our backyard. So we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the lineage and all that kind of stuff. Let me know. Do you already know who I'm talking about? You might. You just might. Hey, if you're new to the channel, we started this channel. We have another one called Sports Talk Detroit. But being in Michigan, we love the Michigan Wolverines, and we are big fans of that guy right there, Jim Harbaugh. So we are following him to the Chargers, who, I don't know, there's always been a love for the Chargers by us because we're Lions fans. We have beautiful jerseys and uniforms. You have beautiful jerseys and uniforms, and you're in the AFC. You're across the country. Like, there's no rivalry here. So we can absolutely like your team in the AFC. But anyways, we just wanted to start this channel, and the response has been awesome. So if you have yet to subscribe and you've watched some of this, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. So who am I talking about here? They are linked to USC wide receiver Brendan Rice, and that is, yes, that name is familiar. That is the son of the GOAT, Jerry Rice. Now, hold on a second. I got to get this, because if I lean just a little bit this way, right down there, that is a signed picture of Jerry Rice. All right, yeah, thumbs up to that. Oh, all right, so yeah, we got to talk about that. So I just want to hear, he had something really quick. This is on Twitter that I saw this, Fernando Ramirez, and he's talking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this for you so you can hear what Brendan Rice was talking about. Let's see if you can hear it well. And, of course, it's going to not load. So, anyways, when it goes, it'll go, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. Let's see if we can get it from this one.
Right, I'm it's going to be amazing. I just had my visit with them. I love the coaching staff. I love who they are. Jim Harbaugh used to recruit me out of high school, and shoot, I feel as though I would be great within that system. They're a snot-nosed type of team that's going to give it to you each down and out.
What type of interest?
All right, so what he talked about there was how this is a snot-nosed type of team that's going to give it to you each down. And that's what I love about Brendan Rice, is he understands what it takes to do the dirty work. He understands what it looks like. Now, it could be easy for him not to get this because he grew up with money. He grew up with a dad that was a phenomenal football player, but he also grew up with a dad, so he got to see what his dad was doing, being the best at his craft always. Now, when you look at him at first, there was a knock on him, and he is falling like crazy after the combine, which is just crazy to me. All right, he's in the top 12 to 15% athlete of any wide receiver that's ever tested at the combine. All right, this is his RAS. If you haven't known what that is, it's relative athletic score. It's a standard thing I look at when I'm looking at recruits coming out. You need to look at everything. You need to look at the stats. You need to look at the ratings. You need to look at the measurables. You need to look at everything. And because of this one right here, he ran a 4.51. And everybody was saying, oh, man, if he can run a 4.45 or a 4.48, like, oh, man, that'll just cement his speed, because it shows on tape. It's nothing like outlandish, but it does show that he has good enough speed. But he ran a 4.51. All right. When you are 6'3", 210 pounds, you can run a 4.5. It's okay. All right. You can run a 4.5. And he has so much more in his game than that. But if you look at the big board, all right, you look at this, look at how many wide receivers are on this. This is just wide receivers. All of these guys on Tankathon right now, and this is what you'll find. You won't find him as a top 10 receiver anywhere. On this, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, Roman Wilson rounds out the top 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He barely makes the top 20. Are you kidding me? This is Brendan Rice. He is a guy who put up 45 catches, almost 800 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Nobody ahead of him except Malachi Corley, who played at Western Kentucky, put up numbers like that. Nobody. He put up these numbers, and that's because he is phenomenal in man-to-man coverage. He is phenomenal in one-on-one. This is a guy who has certain strengths. His route running is a strength. Of course it is. His father's Jerry Rice. All right? His footwork is a strength. His competitive toughness is a strength. Does that sound similar to anyone you know of? One of the weaknesses, I was reading his PFF profile, I'm looking at it right now, is change of direction is more smooth than sudden. Great. I don't have a problem with that. I love smooth. Long speed is adequate, but doesn't appear to have rare top speeds. All right, his strengths. All right, he was a former track sprinter. You know the speed's in there. Intelligent route runner. Impressive blocker. All right, do you know who this is? This is Mike Williams. This is Mike Williams. This is, and here's the reason that I love this so much. When we go to Tankathon, I'll just go to Tankathon right now. Look at this. When you look at these guys, I look at Xavier Legette. He is a guy who is wide receiver number 12 right now on the board, and everybody compares him to Deebo Samuel. Look at how deep this wide receiver class is. Are you kidding me? 19 players they believe fall in the top 100. All right. Meanwhile, at offensive tackle, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those top 10 are a shelf, all in the first round. All in the first round. But then after that, after you go Jordan Morgan in that top 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total tackles. It is a deep tackle class, but what I think the wide receiver room and the depth of that room allows you to do is if you want to go offensive tackle, if you want to keep pick 5, you can do that. Like, you can absolutely do that. You can keep pick 5, and then you can go wide receiver if you want. You can wait till 69. You can get a great wide receiver at 69. You can get a good wide receiver at 105. But if you want, you could go tackle, wide receiver, wide receiver. I'm not saying you have to do that. By any means, I'm not saying that. All right? But you can get that. Some of these guys are going to fall. They are going to fall. And then in this middle rounds, you get a running back. All right? Maybe one of these at 37, you go corner. Possibly. So I just look at this and I'm just like, man, oh man. You know what? I'll go back to this. And I think to myself, like, offensive lineman, corner with the second pick. So Joe Alt, let's go Enos Rakestraw Jr. here. Let's go Brendan Rice here. All right. Anywhere in these 3 picks, you go running back, and the rest you could go defense if you want. Like this, there are enough picks. There is enough talent and enough depth at where we need it. There's enough depth at where we need it. But I think you need wide receiver more than you need tackle. So if you wanted, you could even go wide receiver at 5, tackle at 37, wide receiver at 69. Like, there's so many options. And so I wanted to throw that out there because this draft is loaded in the areas that you need on offense. It just is. And the linebacking crew and the running back crew are weaker here, which means there's going to be, but deep at the same time, which means that you're going to be sitting here and you're going to have running backs that are available to you in that 100 to 200 range. They're going to be all over the place. Look at this. There's only 5 running backs. There's only 5 running backs in the top 100. What about linebacker? All right, 4. So what that tells me is that they're going, and if you look at this is just the top 100 at Tankathon. There are a ton between that 100 and 200. So you wait on running back, you wait on linebacker, you fill your tackle, your wide receiver, your corner in the draft early on. Those are your starters immediately, and then you get the running backs and the linebackers that you can develop over the year. They can start to help you this year and absolutely into next year. All right. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. What do you think? You like Brendan Rice? Who's another sleeper wide receiver you like? We'll keep talking about him. See ya.